A 5-day experiment reversed aging, not in fantasy, but in real life. This video is worth listening to. I'm David, and welcome back to Path to Power. So back in 1979, a psychologist by the name of Ellen Langer ran this radical experiment whereby she asked 8 elderly men to live as though it was 1959 for 5 days. No mirrors, some vintage decor, old news, and just them acting their younger selves. So the results was that their bodies, minds, and appearance all improved. They weren't just reminiscing, they were living the illusion. They spoke, dressed, and thought as though they'd traveled back 20 years in time. So, as mentioned, mirrors were banned, they had photos of their younger selves around them, and at the start and end, she measured absolutely everything: their strength, their flexibility, their hearing, memory, posture, even how old they looked in photos. So, this was all around the mindset and shaping the mindset. So, what she found after just 1 week is that there were improvements across the board. They were more flexible, they had better balance, they had better joint motion, their cognitive performance was sharper, their memory was faster, they reacted faster, they heard better. Observers judged that even their photos looked younger than what they previously did before going in the house. And they all actually ended up feeling more alive. So the people that had immersed fully, they really took on that mindset and they improved significantly. So the takeaway is that aging isn't purely biological. It's profoundly influenced by your mindset. So when your brain believes that you're younger, your physiology shifts in response. And her results showed that our internal narrative can literally pull the body forward, not just slow decline, but also reverse it. So she coined this powerful phrase that wherever you put the mind, the body will follow. And this becomes a permission slip. So your mind is a primary lever in your aging trajectory. So what are some things that you can do? So one, live as if daily. So live as if you're feeling younger. Live as if you're 20 years younger. So move like your younger self. Walk with upright posture. Open your chest. Talk, plan, and frame your day like someone from sort of decades ahead, not decades behind. So reprogram your environment. Use different cues like photos of when you were younger. Play music that gives you that kind of memory and how you used to be when you heard those songs. Also, some objects that maybe resemble your younger identity. So remove mirrors when doing exercises and instead kind of visualize your younger self. And finally, language. And I think this one's a really important one. And I did do a video on this earlier. So avoid labels like I feel old, I feel weak, I'm declining. So use active, alive languages like I am improving, I am restoring, I am growing. So what you say to yourself internally and out loud matters. So even though her study was only with 8 men and short term, of course there's room for bias. But I think the change that was noticed was really impressive. So this doesn't mean that you magically reverse decades, but it does mean that your narrative plays a major role. So you gain leverage over what was once considered unmovable. So start treating your mind like the commander it is. Every time you say I'm too old or I'm slowing, catch it and replace it with I'm evolving, I'm restoring, I move forward. So begin living as if posture, habits, and speech are all aligned with your higher self. Because if the original experiment taught us anything, is that when the mind fully embraces possibility, the body may just obey. Thanks for watching. I'm David, and see you next time.